Alright, jumping on the Bright Wizard. I don't think I saved anything before level like 35 here, so just gonna edit these and throw them up. Hopefully I cut it here a little bit better if I can remember to. I think the audio is a little jacked up on these first ones, so I'll probably have to delete it. I got the audio fixed on like the third scenario. Tier 2 Bright Wizard's pretty decent. I mean, it's on par with Shadow Warrior probably from a range DPS perspective on kills. I think I went like 1 to 10, 1 to 9 KD. Can't remember, but it's pretty high, and I just pugged the whole thing. So sometimes, if you don't get a healer, you're gonna die a lot, and or you're just gonna sit in your spawn and try and preserve your KD. I don't remember doing that too many times, unless it was truly hopeless, where they're like right outside the spawn. Then there's probably no point in running out. But as long as they leave it open, I'd run out there and fight people. I don't give a shit. We marked the Squig Herder because he does a ton of AoE damage. And they weren't healing him early. Or he was overextending, one of the two, so. UMAD doesn't have the heals to hold us up. I mean, I guess I could have left the group here in hindsight, and maybe Command would come in and help us. One of the people that doesn't take damage when they use their own abilities probably should leave the group, though. The Shadow Wire or the Engineer. Now, a lot of these guys on Destro, if they ever watch this, are probably 40 by now. This is like a month later. Maybe a month and a half later. Just these videos been sitting on my hard drive. I gotta get rid of them. We'll archive them on YouTube and delete them. So some decent hits, 1099, 1100. The damage certainly was better when I was in the late 20s. It kind of started falling off. And then I started mixing Annihilator and Rune at 35. That's what you're seeing now. I'd say from like 31 to 35, or like 34, I guess. Because once you ding 35, you can use Annihilator. So from 31 to like 34, the damage probably fell off 10, 15%. I wish I had some videos of the late 20s. I mean, there was some like fireballs for like 1600. Stopped using fireball a lot once I got some better spells. I'm mostly playing healer mains. So I am a big fan of instant abilities. Like the casted ones on healer clearly hit your whole group, like a casted group heal. So there's some perceived benefit to wasting 2 or 3 seconds standing still. Otherwise, running around and keeping your distance and using instant abilities seems to be the best way to go. You run into a pre-main, nothing's really gonna, there's no strategy you're gonna use that makes you live any longer. Like that Squig Herder is standing there casting Plink, or he might have Rotten Air, I guess, at 30, but my instant abilities are hitting him for over 1,000, right? And I can cast those and run away. I mean, I guess I used the channeled Squig Herder arrow ability at some point a lot. It does about 1,000 damage when you let it roll through the whole 4 seconds or whatever it is. All targets are viable with a Bright Wizard, especially in Tier 2. I mean, you're not running into Sov tanks with 800 toughness or anything. So you can melt a tank. The only thing you're going to have to really look out for is if they are a geared tank and they're using a shield. They're kind of a waste of time. You got to get more or less behind them so they don't block you. Every spell they block is just a wasted global cooldown. So we're going for the healer here. I never hotkey M3s or M4s. Actually, I don't even think I hotkey M2. I hotkey M1 since that's one of your main abilities in Tier 1. But playing a healer, you clicking a couple abilities here and there doesn't matter. You get used to it. High Pass Cemetery was the weekend scenario here, but tended to get quite a few of these. Like here's one where a Luna just can't keep up healing that 39 engineer. There we got one. This guy's very killable. I mean, he doesn't detaunt, takes a ton of damage. I don't know what his gear is. Clearly likes to hide behind columns and shit. Bright Wizard kind of sucks from like level, I guess level 16 when you hit tier 2 to like the mid 20s. It's not a great class. You're casting fireballs a lot, which do a fuckload of damage. It's just, you don't have the ability to stand still in tier 2 a whole lot. You're not going to get heals for the most part. So your best heal is keeping your distance from people and not taking anything but self-damage. If all you take is self-damage, you're going to be in pretty good shape in tier 2. But if you stand there and cast a fireball and someone melees you, you're going to lose like so much damage potential. I feel like Detonate's a waste of a global cooldown sometimes, but then like it hits for like 450 damage and does AoE on people. Look at, there's a 2000 hit, I think. That was a Boiling Blood, I think, for 2100. The Pyroclastic Surge Seer or a Pyroclastic Surge Fireball into your channel does quite a bit of damage. I don't use it a whole lot in tier 2. I could see it being probably the main rotation in tier 4. You actually have to focus a lot more to get kills in tier 4, I think. Tier 2 here, you just kind of dot everything and you find the people that aren't getting healed, and as long as you're using abilities, you can probably kill people. You don't have to have like the perfect rotation or anything. There's a little bit of delay on Pyroclastic Surge. So like if you get that off and then cast another ability, they tend to hit around the same time, and then you can stack your third ability, instant, channeled ability, whatever. There doesn't seem to be the need to do that in tier 2. Like that's how you get the biggest timestamps, but I think to do the most damage, you just gotta dot everything and use all your abilities and hope that the other side's healers basically can heal. Haven't learned to heal, don't have the capacity to heal. Tier 4, like, you're not killing anything unless you do a timestamp on somebody. It's too easy to, like, hot somebody and then start big healing them through all the hots. Or dots, I guess. So there we go. Click the M3. Yeah, I don't have any of those. I mean, M3 on a healer is like your absorb shield. You don't want to accidentally use that by bashing a hotkey that you weren't planning to hit. I should probably unbind M1s on healers. You don't want to waste be it your insta heal or whatever you got your M1 set to. Like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. They were winning and now he's just like suiciding into us. I don't really get. Not getting a heal from a Luna right behind him. Rain of Fire, if you can put it in the right spot, does a ton of damage. You also have a little bit of ability to bait people on a Bright Wizard, at least in tier 2, because with low health like that Sork would like want to run in and dot you, but I can just start cleansing his dots, and yet he can't cleanse mine. So you're kind of a trap for people. As long as you remember to spam your cleanse. They do a lot less damage to you than they think they're going to do. I mean, they're still going to get some stuff off. This guy's still marked from the other scenario. I should use hotkeys more for those control 6, shift 6 abilities, but most classes in this game you can get away with 5 abilities, 5 hotkeys, and then the control and shift versions of those, so 15 abilities. Most classes in this game do not need to use more than 15 abilities. So I get lazy and I just start clicking some of those. Truly, if you're playing like a Blackguard or something, maybe you'd go 6 abilities plus the control and shift variants. So whatever that is, 18 abilities on those classes. Realistically, you're not going to use them all the time, but situationally, you might want them. Have fun remembering all 18 if you play any other classes. Alright, so round 2 on high bias here. I think the audio comes back on the next scenario. Oh, little witch elf. Oh, and a blackguard. Without getting heals, this is pretty much death. I don't have a guard. Alright, we got one. I keep hitting myself for like 660 damage there. I should have popped the, in hindsight here, I should have popped that, heal pot pretty much when the witch elf got on me. They didn't do a whole lot of damage to me. I did like 2,500 to myself, so shit mechanic. As a bright wizard, it's kind of just dumb. I don't know how they can remove it. They'd have to lower your damage, which nobody in tier 4 or that plays in a pre-made would want because they don't care about the self-damage really. But like in tier 2, that self-damage stuff should be like a third of what it is. And then leave it, and once you hit 40, bump it up to whatever. It shouldn't even do self-damage in tier 1. It's so dumb in tier 1. You have like 2 abilities and you just kill yourself over and over with them. Fireball and Ignite. The knockdown's super nice. I mean, it sucks. It drops your Ignite off. I mean, in hindsight, looking at some of this, I think you don't want to use it right away. You want to get Ignite to do a couple ticks of damage. Then use it. Okay, yeah. The audio's back here. Hopefully it's not as bad. Ooh, he's going around. I kind of wish I would have killed him in the water. I think he's behind me. Oh, there he is. They tend not to be great at healing in tier 2, so if you can just do big dick damage, I mean, they'll let people die, you know, that are running around with half health for 30 seconds or a minute. As long as you keep hot or dots on people, tier 2, they eventually die. Now, you run into good healers every now and then that start hotting everybody, and which basically negates this damage strategy, but it's pretty rare. Like, Ignite there is going to do like 1,000 plus damage when it ticks through somebody, and half these guys aren't getting a hot to counter it, so. Now, the guarded DPS, you're not going to be able to timestamp any of those guys. You kind of have to be able to run in and find like a squig herder or something that's not being guarded, and then do the Pyroclastic Surge. Fireball or Pyroclastic Surge Seer, and then do your channeled ability right when it all hits to kill anything. You're not going to be able to do that combo on anything guarded, though. If they have heals. But a little bit of this where you just drop AoE seems to cause enough chaos. Perfect scenario, you know, our tank is probably chasing around someone in the back there. I can get a little bit closer then. De-taunt this Marauder and just ignore him and the tank that's guarding him. And we can focus one of those healers in the back. We're getting more people in here though, so I think we're going to turn the tide. I mean, that's a guarded chop, and he still takes fucking crazy damage. Perfect scenario is you draw in the healers here. That no one's attacking. They're still going for that chop. They saw the chop as health drop, and they just thought they had a kill, but... There we go. There's a guy that chased me earlier. I don't think a lot of people are using Shatter Enchantment, or whatever, to pull off the, Sork buffs. I'm sure someone can pull them off. I don't know what class, off the top of my head. Here's a healer not paying attention. There we go. I think he's dead. If a Bright Wizard runs up to you and starts dotting you, you should probably detaunt him. Even if you're a DPS class. Detaunting and ignoring enemy DPS is a great strategy. It's so easy to heal through. I don't know if this ability... Yeah, I think, I don't know which cooldown it gives them. The fucking, stun one, or the knockdown one. Or the punt one. It is a lot easier to leave the spawn with 100 combustion in a Bright Wizard than it is a Sork. I don't know. And Sork can spam ice spikes, but what happens is you spam it, you run out of AP. Okay, I was clearly the only one running in here. Good bait move here. You can punt people over this fence behind me if they come near me. There we go, punt him away so he doesn't drop in the hole. I think this is his guard, we can kill him too. We gotta go for this shaman. He's hiding in the flame, boys. No one's guarding him. He did like M2 heal or something, or someone gave him a big heal. Alright, he got beamed, just like his name. No, they're guarding and shit, but if you just guard a DPS and no one heals you, you just die with them. If your DPS takes like 1,500 and 2,000 hits unguarded, and you start guarding them, you start eating, 900 damage guard hits. It's miserable. This scenario is not well explained to anybody, probably poorly designed. Once Destro gets pushed back like this, they usually, I've seen it like twice, where they use the portal and go up above and come behind. They almost always run out the front here, or they come in the side on the right there, and they just basically suicide themselves. They can go up above us on the left, and then drop down the hole behind us. That would be the move, and then punting us into the lava as much as they could. But they never do that. I've seen, I played the scenario probably 200 times. I've seen that happen once. It was probably a pre-made too, I don't even remember. But yeah, they almost always just suicide out the front door. One at a time, just like Beam there, or they come right here. Destro gets the advantage. They tend to sit on the objective, which lets all of Order get out of their spawn and at least make a coordinated attack. Doesn't usually matter. Once someone has the middle, they tend to control it, but it's impossible on Destro, it seems. I think they're slow, because I don't know how Order gets here first. I usually get here first on Destro. You can get here first if you don't stop at the first objective, but there we go. I mean, as a group, I don't know how they got here so slow. Alright, I de-taunted him, and then he stopped attacking me, and that was a bad move on his part. I'm gonna squiggy on me. Now, the healer is distracted, so he's not healing me. That guy's dead. If he doesn't get a heal. He actually got the healer, wow. He's got a boiling blood, something else on him. He's not, yeah. I think if he would have just stayed on me, the healer would have had to focus heal me. And it would have made it so I couldn't do as much damage. And then, it would basically have neutralized the healer and me. Versus when he stayed on the healer, it just neutralized the healer. There we go. Click on that knockdown again. I hope I'm running right into somebody else here. Probably should have kited him towards the spawn. Doesn't matter. I kited him right into a squig herder, and that didn't fucking help. Alright, here we go. No healer. These are the fun ones in a Bright Wizard. I mean, it's just fucking chaos. Sometimes you just get shit rolled, but if you can do a little bit of damage, somehow these scenarios tend to... Oh, Jesus. They tend to work out for some reason. Like, they don't have the DPS to put up with your DPS, so you can still win. I thought I clicked that. If I had a couple ticks of that, I think I would have been in good shape. Hopefully I marked that guy. Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh no, I marked the goddamn lion. Oh. You should always mark people that kill you and then try and kill them back. That's part of the game here. And then corpse jump and laugh at them, emote, whatever you gotta do. Bring a little competition into the game. Although you'll get the people that rage and then cross from over and tell you your shit or something. I think this engineer did that to me like last week. He couldn't kill my like level 30 doc, so I was spam laughing at him. And then he cross-realmed over and told me how bad I was, even though he never killed my doc. I mean, I don't know. If you're in a realm rank 80 plus engineer and you can't kill a level 30 healing doc, you should probably delete your character or play something else. Alright, so we did pick up a heal eventually here, and then I guess, see, we have so much DPS as long as we just keep putting the pressure on. If he can get away with just like hotting every now and then. M2 drop. Dangerous move, but... This is one of the guys that jumped me earlier, so we got him marked. Here's another one that jumped me earlier, I think. Oh, we did get a big heal from the War Priest. Probably means it's game over for Hidden Blade there. Did he level up? So if you level up, you your game will freeze for a second, and then you'll just stand there like a target dummy. Or he was in complete disbelief that I went from 5% health to like 90 in 2 seconds. I potted and got a big heal from the War Priest. If you can get close enough, if you want to get close enough to use Flame Breath, it does quite a bit of damage in Tier 2. You will definitely die more if you're doing that. If you're playing like a pre-made or something with a where you always had a guard, that'd be the way to go. If you're running around with 400 hit points like I am here, it's not the way to go. We got him with the flank. He's pissed. Now, he's got both immunities, so I can't knock him down there. Saving your knockdown for when the Witch Elves eventually jump you, though, seems to be a pretty decent defensive use of it. Until they resist it, and then you die anyways. I don't know why wouldn't this blackguard just chase me and kill me? I don't. Hollow wood just running through. I was trying to use that tactic that lets you like insta-cast when you get disrupted. I don't think there's any way to even put it on Buffhead that you have that next cast is free. It's not like it's not a proc on top of your guy's head. I was looking for it, unless I'm blind. It seems to just be random, like whether it goes off. You have no idea whether your next one's going to be free. I mean, I'm not paying attention too much to the disrupts. By the time I see a disrupt, I'm usually already casting the next tot or dot. Maybe they'll change that tactic so that when it goes off, it's something above your head there. I don't think it's that cog. Maybe it is. It's not that cog, right? Or maybe I'm an idiot. I have no idea what tactics I'm using anymore either. I guess using backlash or something. It's hit me for 280. Here's Hidden Blade. Oh, he's gonna get deleted. I don't know why he changed. Like, I take so much damage that Were Priest either has to heal me or I die. I don't know. You don't really need to change targets there. 8 deaths, Jesus Christ. 6 on Hidden Blade.